CJ, I wanted to ask your opinion about the DC of the casting of Aaron Pierre Paul, the dude from Rebel Ridge, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Rebel Ridge. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen Rebel Ridge on Netflix, you probably should. And this isn't really a spoiler, but the fact that the one disappointing thing about that movie was he didn't kill nobody. There was some I was trying to explain to some girl. I was having a discussion with the girl, and she was telling me how she didn't like it because of colorism, and I was telling her like that colorism doesn't work like that when it comes to men. And she was like, colorism, but she was like, so you don't think colorism exists? I was like, you got to remember, Sidney Poitier was the archetype for Green Lantern. Sidney Poitier did a lot of the heavy lifting for what male masculinity looks like in the black film genre. That's why you can almost only count Will Smith as a light-skinned actor. And that's probably the only one that comes to mind, at least in the 90s, 80s. When I look at it, I can think of Arnold Schwarzenegger wore a dress. Like a bunch of predominant males, men wore dresses when in their early in their acting career, and some even later into their acting career. Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire. Like no one sits here and denies. Like it's kind of crazy to see all of the transphobic things when everyone sits here and like Mrs. Doubtfire was literally a Disney movie.